How you going, RPG fans? Tonight I'm going to talk about Suikoden Tierkreis, which is the last game in my Suikoden collection, and is also known as the one game that the Suikoden community does not like very much. There's been some very drastic changes to the formula, and a lot of people say it's a dumbed down version of other Suikoden games. For starters, it takes place in an entirely different world and explores the concept of the infinity, which is a multiverse where multiple dimensions exist and multiple worlds exist. And a lot of people felt alienated by that because they've come to love this world that the Konami originally created, and they didn't want the games to exist in any other world but that one. So a lot of people didn't like that. The other thing is they scrapped the true runes. A lot of fans didn't like that. It was replaced with the Mark of the Stars, and it didn't have the same impact as the true runes did, or the rune magic did. It is okay. The story is the best feature of the game, but it's not as dramatic or character driven than the other games. The one thing that really does ruin this game is terrible localization. And what I mean terrible localization is the voice acting is bad, and not just bad, it's terrible. It's absolutely atrocious. And I remember going on to every forum online and just absolutely having it out, telling everyone this is like the worst recording in history. The voice actors should be ashamed of themselves. The guys who, the ADR directors, should have known better. They actually found out later on that the reason why the voice acting is bad is because they actually couldn't fit the original recording. It actually went over the size of the DS card. So they had to re-record it to actually fit into the card. And I say, at what cost? It sounds terrible. The characters sound like they have better things to do. They sound like they go, I need to say this line now. Yeah, I'm going to crush the one true way, but I gotta go home for dinner. It just sounds like that. They just sound like they don't care. They're rushing things. And the main character, he makes your ears bleed. He is terrible. The choice to make the main character have a voice is not a good one. I mean, Kuril in Suikoden Tactics had a voice, but it's not as bad as the main character in Tierkreis. You just want to hit the DS screen as hard as you can, but not too hard. It's not worth breaking your DS screen over this game. The gameplay elements is dumbed down. There are no war battles. There are no duels. Just standard 4-character battles. That's it. And pretty much you walk around areas and dungeons. You may get chests and such. And you might find 108 Stars of Destiny. And that's the main theme that they've kept for Suikoden, and that's 108 Stars of Destiny. And as I've told you in the first video talking about the water margin, is what Suikoden is translated into. That's all it means. It's this tale about the 108 warriors who fight adversity, and that's what mainly Suikoden is. I do like the story. The main story is about this group of friends who basically gather to fight an organization called the One True Way, where they worship a being called the One King, whose goal it is to create a future where everything is predetermined. And it's up to the characters to make sure that doesn't happen and save their world. Now, that was the main concept of the game I really enjoyed. That's what made me kept wanting to play the game, to see what would happen next. And that's the beauty with every other Suikoden game. It might be not as enjoyable gameplay wise, at least it has the same or close to the same level of quality within the story, and for that reason alone it's worth giving the game a try. And you will no doubt cringe when you hear the voice acting, but all I can say to you is just suck it up and just do your best to overcome it. You can even turn the sound off and have voices in your head, better ones, because trust me, anything that you could think of will sound better than what's on that DS screen. What's even amusing is I saw a video on YouTube once where a guy showed a video where he took the Japanese version of Suikoden Tierkreis and he created a text dump where it translated all the characters, Japanese characters, into English letters. But by doing so, it kept the Japanese voices. Because he hated the English version that much, he wanted to play the game in a way he can enjoy it. And I think it's a little extreme, but absolutely hilarious to see that happen. But all in all, the game has its flaws, but you know, don't compare it to any other Suikoden game. Treat it like an entirely new game, and you actually may enjoy it more so than any other DS RPG. I certainly did enjoy it more than 60% of the RPGs on the Nintendo DS, but I'm very wishy-washy about this game. But I'd say do pick it up. Don't pick it up at full price. The most that I would spend on it is half price, and you probably can't go wrong with that. And that's all I've got to say on Suikoden Tierkreis. And that is it, people. That is my entire collection. Stay tuned. In a couple of hours I'm going to upload a video celebrating 15 years of Suikoden. Hope you can join me.